Hi, this is Pocono Prepper, and this is a video response to PuffinPrepper12's contest on a 3 to 4 minute video on how you prep for yourself and your family. So I made a list so that I wouldn't go over too long, but I think our number one big prep was a change in the way we think. If you continue thinking the way you are, you're not going to prepare as well as you could. And so we really had to take a good hard look at the way we thought and what our priorities were. So the number one thing we did was sit down and evaluate our finances. Financial freedom, in my opinion, is the way to be. What you want to do is go through all your bills. We checked our credit cards, we checked all whatever loans we had, our car payments, and got rid of them all. And if we didn't have cash, we don't buy. And then we sat down and took a long hard look on the things that we wanted versus the things that we needed. And if it was something that we really wanted, we put it way down on the list of priorities. If it was something we needed, then we worked toward getting that. The next thing we took a look at was food. And I got to thinking that, 1929 and the Great Depression was probably one of the worst periods of time in our country. And the one thing that I realized was that during that time there were a lot of people that committed suicide, and yet there were a lot of people who thrived during that time. And what the difference was, in my opinion, was that those that committed suicide had their self-worth based on their assets. How much money they had, how many stocks they had, the kind of house they lived in, and when they lost all that, all of a sudden they became worthless as well and decided, why bother living? Those that thrived were the ones that realized that their self-worth was based on who they were, and if they were surrounded by family and friends, they had everything they needed. And these were the people that went out and had a garden, and they knew how to can, and they knew how to put away their summer crops for winter use. These are the stories of the Sunday dinners and the big meals with family and friends where they would have get-togethers, and everybody would bring a little bit of something, and they would have a great meal with everybody just contributing a little. And so that's how I got to thinking, and we started a garden, and I learned how to can, and I learned how to dehydrate. One of the other areas that we got to thinking about was our home. Our home is really our greatest asset, and this is where you have your safety from the weather, if you will. And so you want to maintain it. So we learned how to do the home maintenance and home repairs and look at those areas that needed improvement. Alternative heat sources, better windows, how the insulation was. And so this is the way we're prepping for our family. It's not just a one-sided prep, it's a multi-sided prep, and it's really based around how we think. So I think that's our greatest prep, is a change in the way we think. So this is my entry. I hope I win.